Hello everyone, I am Arman from class 9 and today we are going to read out chapter 6 of NCERT mathematics books, that is lines and angles. Chapter 6 Lines and angles. 6.1 Introduction. In chapter 5 you have studied that a minimum of 2 points are required to draw a line. You have also studied some axioms and with the help of these axioms you proved some other statements. In this chapter you will study the properties of the angles formed. When two lines intersect each other. And also the properties of the angles formed. When a line intersects two or more parallel lines. At distinct points. Further you will use these properties to prove some statements using deductive reasoning. See appendix first. You have already verified these statements. Through some activities. In the earlier classes. In your daily life. You see different types of angles. Formed between the edges of plane surfaces. For making a similar kind of model. Using the plane surfaces. You need to have a thorough knowledge of angles. For instance, suppose you want to make a model of a heart to keep in the school exhibition. Using bamboo sticks. Imagine how you would make it. You would keep some of the sticks parallel to each other. And some sticks would be kept slanted. Whenever an architect has to draw a plane for a multi-storied building, she has to draw intersecting lines and parallel lines at different angles. Without the knowledge of the properties of these lines and angles, do you think she can draw the layout of the building? In science, you study the properties of light by drawing the ray diagrams. For example, to study the refraction property of light, when it enters from one medium to other medium, you use the properties of intersecting lines and parallel lines. When two or more forces act on a body, you draw the diagram in which forces are represented by directed line segments. To study the net effect of the forces on the body, at that time, you need to know the relation between the angles. When the rays or line segments are parallel to or intersect each other. To find the height of a tower or to find the distance of a ship from the lighthouse, one needs to know the angle. 6.2 Basic terms and definitions. Recall that a part or portion of a line with two endpoints is called a line segment. And a part of a line with one endpoint is called a ray. Note that the line segment AB is denoted by AB and its length is denoted by AB. The ray AB is denoted by line AB and the line is denoted by AB. However, we will not use these symbols and will denote the line segments AB. Ray AB, length AB and line AB by the same symbol AB. The meaning will be clear from the context. Sometimes small letters L, M, N, etc. will be used to denote these lines. If three or more points line on the same lines, they are called collinear points. Otherwise, they are called non-collinear points. Recall that an angle is formed when two rays originate from the same endpoint. The rays making an angle are called the arms of the angle. And the endpoint is called the vertex of the angle. You have studied different types of angles, such as an acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle and reflex angle. In earlier classes, an acute angle measures between 0 degree and 90 degree. Whereas a right angle is exactly equal to 90 degree. An angle greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Also, recall that a straight angle is equal to 180 degree. An angle which is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called a reflex angle. Further, two angles whose sum is 90 degree are called complementary angles. And two angles whose sum is 180 degree are called supplementary angles. You have also studied about adjacent angles in the earlier classes. See figure 6.2. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex, a common arm, and their non-common arms are on different sides of the common arm. In figure 6.2, angle ABD and angle DBC are adjacent angles. Ray BD is their common arm and point B is their common vertex. Ray BA and ray BC are non-common arms. Moreover, when two angles are adjacent, then their sum is always equal to the angle formed by the two non-common arms. So we can write angle ABC is equal to angle ABD plus angle DBC. Note that angle ABC and angle ABD are not adjacent angles. Why? Because their non-common arms BD and BC lie on the same side of the common arm BA. If the non-common arms BA and BC in figure 6.2 form a line, then it will look like figure 6.3. In this case, angle ABD and angle DBC are called linear pair of angles. You may also recall the vertically opposite angles formed when two lines, say AB and CD, intersect each other, say at the point O. See figure 6.4. There are two pairs of vertically opposite angles. One pair is AOD and angle BOC. Can you find the other pair? 6.3 intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Draw two different lines PQ and RS on a paper. You will see that you can draw them into two different ways as shown in figure 6.2 first and figure 6.22. Figure 6.2 different ways of drawing two lines. Recall the notion of a line that it extends indefinitely in both directions. Lines PQ and RS in figure 6.5 are intersecting lines. And in figure 6.2, figure 2 are parallel lines. Note that the length of the common perpendiculars at different points on these parallel lines is the same. This equal length is called the distance between two parallel lines. 6.4 pairs of angles. In section 6.2, you have learned the definitions of some of the pairs of angles, such as complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, linear pair of angles, etc. Can you think of some relations between these angles? Now, let us find out the relation between the angles formed when a ray stands on a line. Draw a figure in which a ray stands on a line as shown in figure 6.6. Name the line as AB and the ray as OC. What are the angles formed at the point O? They are angle AOC, angle BOC, and angle AOB. Can we write angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to angle AOB? Yes. Why refer to adjacent angles in section 6.2? What is the measures of angle AOB? It is 180 degree. Why? From 1 and 2, can you say that angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree? Yes. Why? From the above discussion, we can state the following axiom. Axiom 6.1. If a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. Recall that when the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then they are called a linear pair of angles. In axiom 6.1, it is given that a ray stands on a line. From this given, we have concluded that the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. Can we write axioms 6.1 the other way? That is, take the conclusion of axiom 6.1 as given, and the given is the conclusion. So it becomes, if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then a ray stands on a line. That is, the non-common arms form a line. Now you see that the axiom 6.1 and statement A are in a sense that reverse of each other's. We call each as converse of the other. We do not know whether the statement A is true or not. Let us check. Draw adjacent angles of different measures as shown in figure 6.7. Keep the ruler along one of the non-common arms in each case. Does the other non-common arm also lie along the rulers? You will only find that only in figure 6.7, 3, both the non-common arms lie along the ruler. That is, points A, O and B lie on the same line, and ray OC extends on it. Also see that angle AOC plus angle COB is equal to 125 degree plus 55 degree is equal to 180 degree. From this, you may conclude that a statement A is true. So, you can state in the form of an axiom as follows. Axiom 6.2. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arms of the angles form a line. For obvious reasons, the two axioms above together is called the linear pair axiom. Let us now examine the case. When two lines intersect each other, recall from earlier classes that when two lines intersect, the vertically opposite angles are equal. Let us prove this result. Now, see appendix first for the ingredients of a proof. And keep those in the mind while studying the proof given below. Theorem 6.1. If two lines intersect each other, then the vertically opposite angles are equal. Proof. In the statement above, it is given that two lines intersect each other. So, let AB and CD be two lines intersecting at O as shown in figure 6.8. They lead to two pairs of vertically opposite angles. Namely, first, angle AOC and angle BOD. Second, angle AOD and angle BOC. We need to prove that angle AOC is equal to angle BOD and angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. Now, ray OA stands on a line CD. Therefore, angle AOC plus angle AOD is equal to 180 degree. Can we write angle AOD plus BOD is equal to 180 degree? Yes. Why? From 1 and 2, we can write angle AOC plus angle AOD, angle AOD plus angle BOD. This implies that angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. Refer section 5.2. Axiom 3. Similarly, it can be proved that angle AOD is equal to angle BOC. Now, let us do some examples based on linear pair axiom and theorem 6.1.